Hello and welcome everybody to episode 1 of kind of like I feel right now, running out of breath. I'm your host, Old Town South. It is good to have you all, and I don't know if there is currently any other marathon podcasters out there, but I have always wanted to do a podcast, so I thought, you know what, we're vibing. We're having a good time with marathon right now. Got my buddies been playing with me. Let's do this thing. Let's make a marathon podcast. So, great to have you all here. For all of you listeners out there, we look forward to hearing back from you, and we definitely want to hear back from you. And it's going to be great. It's going to be good. I'll start before I introduce my partner in crime and my guest that I have here with us tonight. A little bit about myself. I'm Old Town South. I am 32 years old. I'm a dad. I have been gaming probably since I was around 6 years old. So, been going at it for a pretty long time. Been around the block, if you know what I mean. Been a fan of Bungie games ever since I can remember being in the 6th grade. I loved Halo, Combat Evolved. Spent literally 9 to 10 years playing Destiny. Got all kinds of memories and some of the pinnacle gaming moments playing Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 with my buddies. And here we are now in 2026. We have Bungie's newest game, Marathon. And had my eye on this game for quite some time. Had my eye on this game when others were kind of writing it off and everything. I currently have 69 hours logged into the game. That's many hours I've got put in, and I think I'm around level 54. So that kind of give you a little bit of idea of where I'm at progression wise. As you'll soon meet my buddy here in a minute, one thing we hope to bring to the table with this podcast is we definitely represent more the casual side, the casual player base. Don't get it twisted. We love to get competitive and we love to get into the nitty gritty fights, and we are hardcore game lovers and hardcore FPS fans, whatever you want to call it, but. We certainly are the 9-to-5ers. I have a family to take care of, literal mouse to feed, and my buddy here, literal mouse to feed. He's a 9-to-5er, has a family he takes care of as well. But you know what? Hold it. Without further ado, I've been saying this guy a lot. It's time to get him up in here, ladies and gentlemen. My good friend, my digital friend, virtual friend. I gotta meet this guy in real life. Like, this has gotta happen. But yours truly wouldn't have it any other way. Truebatman4444. Truebatman4444. What's going on, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Oh, it's been a good night. I've got some Pizza Hut in my system. Got some Mountain Dew sitting next to me.
You ready? You sound like you're ready to game.
I am ready to game. Last couple nights, I haven't touched it. And it's been kind of rough.
Well, hold on. The Mountain Dew or the Pizza Hut?
The Mountain Dew.
Okay. It's like,
yeah.
You went a whole night without touching the pizza. That's character. That's willpower.
Yeah.
Sheer willpower, my friend. So, back, talk to me, my good friend. I kind of low-key already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What got you into Marathon? Did you hear about it? Is this a game you kind of watched from afar? Were you following it really close? How did it kind of come into your arms?
So you had mentioned, Bungie and Destiny, which, by the way, for the listeners at home, that is actually how I met Old Town here.
Yes, sir. Way to point that out.
Me and a couple of old buddies met him one day and couldn't let him go. We're like,
I was
hey,
a LFG guy. I was
keep
looking
this
for a
thing.
guardian. I was a blueberry.
Yep. He was the bluebird. We're like, you know what? We like this blueberry. We're gonna change his color. Come here.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this
And
guy around.
yeah, we've been playing together for quite a while.
Dear
Play a lot
Lord,
of different
like
games.
that. How long have we been playing, bruh? Like, have we been playing like 2021?
Dude,
Right?
I think it's before then.
We've been playing together at least 5 years.
At least. I'm thinking it's like 7.
Holy cow, dude! So like
Because
this meet and greet is
it was
definitely
before
overdue.
I worked at, Mahaska and before I worked at H&M. And I worked 3 years at both places.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And I'm coming up on 2 years now at my current job. So it's probably been almost 8, dude.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking
It's been a
about.
long time.
Man, it had boy has it, and looking forward to many more gaming memories with you. That we've got ourselves. We're gonna go off the we're gonna go off the grid with a lot of things that we talk about tonight, but we do have us a little bit of a script we're going by. So one of the things that we have here is total playtime. I mentioned earlier that I have, I can't say this that loud. I have 69 hours currently on the game right now, and I'm level 54. So where do you sit with that? How long have you, like, what's your playtime so far?
My playtime totals at 72 hours.
Okay.
And I am currently at level 63.
How has so you've got more time in it, a little bit more time in it than me. How have your runs been going lately? Have you been on a little bit of a losing streak? Has it been kind of 50-50? Like just kind of I'm going to give you the ropes and just run with that.
So I would honestly give anything to be able to say that I've had 50-50 runs. But unfortunately, since last Saturday, I have exfilled once.
Bruh! No.
Once.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Have these been like
very,
have these been trio queues? Have these been rook runs or what?
These have been rook runs, solos, duos, trios. I cannot win. And I feel like a lot of it is skill based, on my part. I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not the greatest at the game, in any game. I have my moments where I'm extremely triumphant, but yeah, it doesn't always work out.
Don't the thing, like you was talking about a skill issue, but here's the thing with these extraction shooters, man. There's a lot of randomness to these games, man. Like you can be in a fair 1v1 with somebody, but the UESC get involved and they just so happen to target you. Or so often we'll get into this later. So often, like, it's not really a skill issue, like you're losing the gunfight. It's just the other player sees you first. And they got the angle on you, and you just get gunned down before you can really say oops.
Yeah, and sometimes I've come across it a lot, and I've been catching myself lately. A lot of it comes down to the fights that I'm definitely losing are based on map knowledge. They'll know where a vent is, or they can go underneath this area and pop out somewhere else, and then I'm dead.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I think a lot of it is, time. People play, they get to learn everything, and I'm unfortunately not there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet.
The climb is slow and the mountain is steep and high, but brother, we're climbing it together.
The day that I get there, y'all better watch.
Look out now. Bat, I'm gonna share. I want to hear your thoughts afterwards. Something that has surprised me, and I'm about to revert this question to you. Something that has surprised me about this game. I anticipated, even like when rooting for this game, we're gonna get into that later. Even when rooting for this game wasn't really the cool thing, I've been seeing for over a year now. I've thought the gunplay looked absolutely dope with this game. I knew it would be Bungie. I knew they wouldn't let us down. That has not at all been a surprise. I knew that would be good, and boy, did they deliver. The gunplay is it's fluid, it's smooth, and gosh darn, it's just you just know you're playing a Bungie game when you queue up a marathon. Something that surprised me with Marathon that I was not anticipating when bought the game, of course, and then everything that I had saw leading up to it, like the alpha beta test and everything. The game is a lot more, and me and you really bad. We played the beta together, and we kind of figured this out in the beta. But the game is a lot more tactical than I realized it was. You know, we're coming from games like Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, not tactical at all. Halo, I mean, tactical maybe a little bit. But, you know, for the most part, Halo was just, you know, run and gunning. You know, Destiny, raids, a lot of running and gunning. You're using your super. You're using your cooldowns, your abilities. You're a space warrior. You're a space guardian. You're flying all over the place. Literally flying sometimes all over the place. Marathon is a lot more stealthy and tactical than I realized it was at face value. And I'm gonna lead with another thing, and I'm about to bring it to you. The TTK. You've heard me complain. I don't know if complain is the word, but you've heard me mention this a lot. And just when me and you were playing, the TTK is a lot faster in Marathon than I realized. It's definitely a lot faster than Halo, and it's even faster, a lot faster than Destiny. Man, daggum, it almost is. It's not Call of Duty level TTK, but buddy, if you got the jump on somebody and you put the majority of your clip in them, half of your clip in them, hit your shots, they're going down. You're going to get the down. But I'm about to revert this to you, Bat. What is something, you can piggyback off of what I said, what is something about Marathon that has caught you by surprise?
If I had to go off of anything, I'd probably say how much the AI are an influence in the game.
Good answer.
Kind of going back on what we had mentioned earlier, the AI.
Yes.
Those things are so strong, even in the lower perimeter map, even the Dire Marsh.
Yes.
Sometimes you load in, and I have had multiple runs where I get killed right off the bat, just by AI.
They are
nobody around.
They're a threat. They're a legit. They are a legit factor. They are a threat.
So, like when you're in a gunfight and you're facing this other team, and then you're like, okay, I gotta retreat for a second. I gotta get my shields back. I gotta look at my health. And you turn around and you see 3 purple shielded AI staring at you.
Dude.
What am I supposed to do?
I got my hand over my head right now as you're telling me. I can just feel this pain as you're describing this story.
It's happened multiple times. And I'm like, no, why? Why are you there? Why now? Come on.
Why are you right there, right now, in this moment? Why am I being? Yeah. Why am I being? For lack of a more innuendo word, why am I being attached by the floaty thing in the sky in this moment as I'm in a gunfight?
Like it comes out of nowhere. Like you don't hear it, you don't see it, and all of a sudden it's there.
You just hear that audio cue, and next thing you know, you're just losing health and you're stuck in place. It's like, yeah, of course you're there right now.
But I do want to touch base on the fact that those AI are also something that can change the fight on your side.
Yes.
A team just enters that fresh new area with all those AI and they're fighting them. You sneak in, put a couple rounds in, and sometimes that AI will take care of that guy for you.
Absolutely, you're right about that.
It's so detrimental that they're available and they're there. It just sucks when it's on your end.
Yeah, boy, doesn't it? So, I want you to piggyback off a comment I'm about to make here. There's a side of me. So the game, I feel like it was not this way in the first, I'm gonna say 2 weeks of the game, especially in the beta. Man, it feels like we're at a point now where like you have got to watch your audio cues. You've got to watch. Me and you kind of just slowly learned this the hard way because we just continuously kept getting punished for this. But that does it bother you a little bit that I don't know. Like for me, when I enter an area, like like we're on perimeter and we go over to well, let me use Dire Marsh because I've got some of them spots more memorized. Like if we go to Biohazard or Quarantine or Algae Ponds in Dire Marsh, and we just want to whoop up on some AI, does it bother you a little bit that you know that it only takes just a like you don't even have to shoot that much and it's alerting a lot of the other players on the map, and you're probably going to get pushed. And this becomes more prevalent the more you progress. Maybe not so much in the beginning, but does it bother you a little bit that you sometimes can't just kind of lay back and chill and just beat up on the UESC without worrying about the PvP?
Yes. This is kind of a point that I've been seeing that's prevalent a lot lately. The mindset of lobby wipes is so prevalent.
Yes, yeah.
And I know that there's people out there that are like, you know what? I'm not even worried about PvP. I just want to try to get my stuff and get out. Let me tell you, I am one of those people. Sometimes I just want to get my 3 little illuminous wire and leave. And I get pushed and murdered.
And murdered.
And then I get mad. And it's not that I want to get mad because that's the game. But I wish, personally, that map wiping wasn't so necessary people to have in the front of their mind when they go into a map. Because it really does put so much pressure on especially a casual player.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially at the point that we're at right now, we're a month in, there's people that are level 200.
Yes.
They have completed all of their contracts. They've got VIP 1 or higher in all of their factions. That means that they've collected all of their upgrades. They've got all of their stats maxed out the way they should be. So, just having, a couple of things above me, it's not detrimental, but you feel it.
Absolutely, yes.
Like, when a destroyer is able to walk up and one-tap me with a knife, I feel that. Now, they have done nerfs. Very recent. Knife is a 10% damage reduction towards other combatants, but not
cool
the
that
AI.
you brought that up. I wouldn't have thought to have brought that up in tonight's episode. Cool you brought that up.
Yeah. And then they reduced the targeting degree by 20%. So it's not like you're gonna, turn 90 degrees around a corner and then you're immediately gonna be stabbing someone that's right up against. So they reduced that little zone.
Okay, I'm
where
with
you're
you.
locking onto things.
Appreciate you sharing that with everybody tonight. I'm going to tell on myself a little bit here. That I was not aware that I feel like an idiot when I say this, but I was not aware the different runner shells actually literally have different stats. The destroyer runner shell literally hits harder than a thief shell. He has a higher his percentage is more, but I saw but the destroyer has like the worst agility, which is kind of interesting because he's more of an agile. When you kind of think about his kit, he's got the boosters and he's got the booster lunge. He kind of actually in a way sort of is an agile character. That's actually a change I think I'd almost be a little interested to see later on down the line, I would 100% be willing to give something up. Like maybe they tone, and they would probably have to. They tone down something. They bring down something else in order to be able to bring that up. But yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna like I said, telling on myself. I failed to realize that the different runner shells have literal different stats and they differentiate. Like the thief, obviously it makes sense, like the thief loots quicker than anybody else. The triage revives faster than anyone else. And all of those different stats that we have that you can take deep dives into, depending on which character you pick, one character will literally do that job better than others. Any thoughts on that?
Um, yeah. To be honest with you, I feel like they've got a good handle on which shells have the specific things that are higher than the others.
It feels fair. I really have no
Like
complaints.
it does.
I have no complaints.
Um, it is kind of interesting that the destroyer would be labeled as one of the less agility ones. Now I can definitely see it when he's put up against Vandal. Those two are gonna move around like crazy.
Yeah.
But like Assassin and Triage, those two I feel like they definitely don't move around the way that Destroyer can. You know?
Yeah, true.
Like, he's got his thrusters that he can sprint faster. And then he can, double tap that X. And apparently I found this out the other day. It's multi-directional. You don't just go forward.
I also saw
side to
where
side.
he can do it with the shield. Like when you got shield
Yeah.
up, you can use your thrusters any direction.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That
I
is
didn't
crazy.
realize
I
that.
saw where Destroyer is one of the more slept on characters.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like actually one of the higher ceilings.
Yeah.
Because of just how much he really truly can do. Speaking of Destroyer Bat, I finally had a game today because he's someone that I've always had my eyes on that I've wanted to play. But gosh darn it, man, I've just not had good luck with him. The games, the 50-50s just hasn't swung my way. It's just I just don't never have good games with him, but I finally had a good game with him today, and dude, it felt good, man. It felt good, and we killed I trio queued with of course two random teammates, and not only did we wipe two teams, but we even killed. We was playing on perimeter, and we killed the ghost. It's like the ghost commander. Actually, I think it's called the ghost warden. And I was not a loot goblin for all of that match, but that was the one moment because I knew I had done the bulk amount of damage to him.
Yeah.
They were like fighting the bots, fending off the bots or whatever. And that warden dude, he dropped like a lot of good purple tier salvage, and I'm like, I'm taking that. But that was a really good sport for all the people we killed. I actually gave them first dibs on the body bags, let them take what they want. I really genuinely in my games try to be that teammate that that's fair, and hey, if you get the kill, you loot that, you got first dibs on that bag, you killed that guy. I sit there and had my hand in my pants, I didn't kill that guy, you did. I try to be that person. So Bat, so what runner shells do you vibe with, what map do you vibe with, and what guns do you vibe with?
Okay, so I'm going to say that my shells right now, for me, number one is Destroyer.
Good pick.
I started my very first week in the beta. I played Vandal, and I liked her. Then I found out that she's actually pretty technical and one of the harder ones for people to pick up on. So I kind of changed. Then I went to Assassin. I
I
do like
remember.
Assassin. I like rolling around invisible. That's fun. But I can definitely see where it's getting to be a little overwhelming in matches. The amount of assassins that there are.
That's a whole nother
Um,
conversation, but please continue.
yeah. Um, and then I played Triage quite a bit.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
I, I I am always struggling with health. It is my biggest flaw.
Preach.
I am so bad about putting on a health kit once I get injured. I'm just so bad about it. So I played that a lot, um, and I still think that me going to um, Destroyer was a good idea.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, I do feel like he's more of my play style. The search and destroy prime ability, where he shoots like the little bubble rockets
Yes.
that slows down enemies, is so overpowered.
I'm assuming that does a little damage, right? Too.
Yes, it does. But its main goal is to, slow down the enemies so that they can't move.
I
It's
feel like where
basically
you
like a heat
really
grenade.
feel that is the PvE when you're fighting like you're trying to
Yeah,
take down the purple shielded enemies.
yeah,
Definitely the wardens because
yep,
I felt it today when I was playing as him and I was fighting that
yeah,
ghost ward and I'm like, dude, and I was like the main. I was like one of the only. I kind of solo killed that dude, man. And you know
yeah.
how hard that how tanky that guy is. And I
Mm-hmm.
know my teammate shot him a little bit, but I'm telling you, I looked behind me when I killed that guy. They weren't. they
Even
weren't.
looking.
They were not looking. They great teammates. They were awesome, but they weren't. They was doing something else in that moment. I
Yeah,
kind of almost solo killed that Ghost Warden with the freaking destroyer, man.
yeah. Um, so as far as maps go, I have not had enough time in Cryo Archive for insight on it.
Your
I've been in
experience
it.
has been my experience.
Yeah, we've been in it twice.
3 times.
Um, was it 3 times?
3 times. For sure it was twice. I think we queued up a third time, but it was either 2 or 3 times.
Okay. Um, Either way, we did not do well. Very close combat, or it's such an open area that we struggled.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Um, so I'm not gonna really go into cryo because I don't have enough experience to even comment on
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
perimeter. I like perimeter. I wish that for me personally the rotation was a little bit easier to get from place to place. But that's a personal flaw, not something on the game because it is actually laid out really really well. And I've been watching a lot of videos lately about people talking about it, and I wholeheartedly. That's just a personal front. Dire Marsh, I love the loot there. Hate the map personally.
that's
And,
that's my spoiler alert. That's my opinion. Hate the map.
and
Beautiful map. Cool map. But the
if
way
you
it
can see it,
plays, yeah. Mm-hmm.
for me the biggest thing is the fog. I cannot stand it. It is the worst possible thing for me. I hate when I can't see something. Um, it's the same with the smoke for assassin and the grenades. I hate not being able to see something. If someone's hiding behind a box, that's different from me trying to look down a hallway and it's just solid white. It's so irritating.
Spoiler alert. That's also why I do not play assassin. I don't. I'm not. I'm not a smoke. I've never been a. I've never been a tactical, stealthy type of player. Smoke. Like I can think of other
Yeah.
games that where characters have smoke. That's never been my play style either. There's a lot of people that vibe with that, but that's just not personally been for me.
Now, my favorite map, to be honest with you, number one is Outpost.
Yes.
Um, I have had a lot of really good gunfights on Outpost,
Love me
and
some
I've made it out
Outpost.
with some really good loot as well. Um, it's definitely not every night. I've lost a lot, but consistently I play better on Outpost than I do any other map.
I
I think
share
it's
I share the exact same lineup as you. Outpost is my favorite. We've had a lot of good night. We've had some bad ones, but we've had some. It feels like ultimately we've had more good nights on Outpost. We seem to compete better. We seem to we vibe with those type of gunfights better than we do Dire Marsh, like the long range, the sniper, the wide open. And the loot's just really freaking good. Yeah, I'm with you. I love the thrill of getting into Pinwheel. I love the thrill of getting all that good loot and then trying to get out. I'm 100% on board with you there. Your opinion of Dire Marsh is essentially my opinion on Dire Marsh. Contracts are an absolute just feel rough, man. There's
oh
there's
god, I hate
a lot of
contracts.
teams. I mean, it is confirmed that I don't want to sit here and give the wrong information, but like that is the most the highest amount of teams spawn on Dire Marsh. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's actually something I would be interested in seeing tuned a little bit. Maybe take
Yeah,
it that take one team away, and maybe it'll make that map feel a little bit better. I don't know. That's just I'm just kind of Hey Bungie, if this gets to you, I'm kind of just throwing something out there. Throwing you a bone. And I'm with you. I love perimeter. Perimeter feels great, man. The right amount of teams are there. The it's supposed to be one of the more beginner. I mean, it is the beginner
yeah,
map.
it's the
It
first
feels
map.
good, man. I mean, even guys like you and I at our level, we still have fun and find value going to perimeter. So they've done a great job with
Mhm.
that one. And Cryo Archive, honestly, they've done a banger job with Cryo Archive. It is as it's intended, and I would encourage anybody, don't feel bad if you're kind of intimidated to try Cryo Archive, or if you're like us, the few times you've been in there, you just haven't had no luck. It is true end game content. It's for all my Destiny people out there. It's similar to like a an elite tier raid or a Grandmaster Nightfall. I kind of pick up those vibes a little bit. But honestly, man, like our issue was the PvP, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt like when we did our 2 to 3 runs in Cryo, I felt like we handled the PVE pretty well. But
Mhm.
dude, the players we were fighting against. Now you got to remember that was also like night 1 when we did that.
Yeah.
Everybody was pumped about Cryo.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's calmed down a little bit since then, or maybe it's worse. But I know that
Uh,
night everybody was bringing their A game. We got smoked like 2 of the fights we did, and we got sent back to spawn. But I know there was one fight that was really close where we
mhm.
almost won that heads up. The map kind of screwed us. I remember I got locked behind this red door and I couldn't get out. And then they downed our friend Coco was down, and then they downed you. Then finally, when I got out of the red door, I almost had the final player down, but he had a WSTR shotgun. Of course, that was before the nerf, by the way. The WSTR is still meta, but that was
Mhm.
pre-nerf WSTR, so that thing was just slapping people everywhere. And of course, he one-tapped me, and I instantly went down. The rest was history. But they have done a great job also, in my personal opinion, with Cryo Archive. Yes, it's a very hard map. Yes, you pretty much got to watch YouTube videos, especially if you're a casual like myself and Bat, to learn how to get into those vaults. But it kind of gives you something to look forward to. I like that they have something that does present to you that level of challenge, because you just have that idea of like, hey, someday down the line when we get more experienced with the game, we've completed more of our contracts, we make our characters literally more powerful, we can embrace the challenge that Cryo Archive presents to us. Bat, any thought on any of that?
I was just gonna say that I've been watching a lot of gameplay Cryo, and I I understand it better now. Like the way it lays out, like what your true objectives are. I've learned how to exfil now. But I can tell you, day one, personally, I never would have made it out of that map once. Even
we
if we
weren't gonna
if
make
we
it
wiped
out
the
when we
whole
played.
lobby and we were the only people left with 12 minutes to go, we never would have made it out.
Buddy, I agree with
Period.
you. We could have wiped the whole lobby. We could have had 20K apiece worth of gear. We would, because we didn't understand the security clearance mechanics. Still have not done it for our actual selves, but at least we know what we know what to expect now. We wouldn't have made it out. Now, and you know what? I think that would have almost felt worse. We would have been excited. We would have had
because we had all this.
We'd have had all that loot. We'd have been riding that high. We'd been feeling ourselves. And then we would have got so down on ourselves because we wouldn't have known how to extract. I know we would have.
It would have been so rough. But I do want to say that day one, I know you said that people came in with their A game, but honestly, I think everybody was just so excited that everybody's first thought was kill everyone so that we can look around. And that's all that they thought about.
You know what's
now,
interesting?
It's worse.
Oh, dude, I bet it is. I mean, everybody really is out for blood
bad.
now. Yeah.
Because all these people are coming in, and I mean, they are fully kitted. I am talking both gold guns, gold shield, gold implants, gold cores, and they are just wrecking face.
So is it safe to say that mechanics in PvE got easier because we know what to expect? We know, you can watch a video, you can see where things are, you can see what to do. But is it safe to say the PvP is worse? The PvP got more challenging.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
people are learning, what weapons like, what attachments to look for to make their weapon what they want it to be. They're learning, what kind of equipment they like, what cores work best for them, what implants give them the most out of them. So people are like really kind of going in for their ultimate builds right now.
They really are, yeah. Yeah.
And I think we've still got 2 months left, right?
Yeah, around that time. The game came out March 5th. We are sitting at April the 9th as of this recording. So we're slightly over the 1 month mark. So you're right, we got about around 2. And then they may extend it, they may put an extension on it, which I wouldn't be totally opposed to keep it real with you.
Right.
But yeah, Bat, speaking of, you was kind of talking about patch notes earlier. What's your thoughts on this? Bubble shields, it is official now. I believe it's live in the game. Bubble shields have been nerfed. I do not have forgive me, listeners. I do not have this pulled up, but I'm gonna go off what I remember. They increased the rarity of bubble shields from blue tier, which is I believe called deluxe, to purple, which is called superior. Am I right on that? Superior.
Yeah.
So they increased the rarity of it, so it's going to be more, it's going to cost more now. And they also, I believe, they decreased okay, this is going to be a little weird. If a real player, if a runner is shooting the shield, they decreased the health by 33%. So real players can break the bubble shields significantly easier now. But the bubble shields remain untouched against UESC. It's kind of interesting. Yep. It's an interesting dynamic. Bat, in our lobbies, bubble shields were not an issue. But context is key. I'm level 54. You're level 60, 60 something. What would you say level you are?
63.
You're level
63.
63. We're not in those high tier lobbies. We're in like in the middle one. So I was hearing in the higher tier lobbies bubble shields were very, very prevalent.
They were
I caught
everywhere.
the tail end of that meta. I didn't sniff it until like about 5 days or so before the nerf. I took that upon myself to use bubble shields. Yeah, they were good. They still are going to be helpful. Like they are still gonna be super clutch when you try to exfil. They're still going to be super clutch on outposts to protect you from the fire rain. I think bubble shields are still going to be really good in cryo archive. I think without saying it too often, bubble shields are fine. I think. And from what I'm hearing, it's been a good change. It was not an issue in our lobbies, but context. We are not in those higher tier lobbies. Bat, any thoughts on bubble shield nerfs?
Um, to be honest with you, I really think it's gonna be something nice. Because dude, those bubble shields were so strong, and I don't mean just in a tactical sense. I mean literally, like you had to shoot ever loving crap out of those things to break them.
Yes, you did.
Um, the fact that the UESC are not going to impact the bubble, I think is fantastic.
Yes, I think they've done a good job. Real players can bring it down quicker, but unaffected by UESC. I think they good. Like, let's clap it up for Bungie.
Yeah.
Good one. They good change. Good job, Bungie. I like it.
The only thing that I'll say is that I like that now I have, what is it? I have 3 of them in my vault, and they are worth 1.2k. Fantastic. However, pretty early on when I was playing the game, I ended up getting a bubble shield schema, which allows me to purchase them.
Sexy.
It costs me $2,000 by one.
So let's see. I didn't have the schema, but this really impacts you. This change because you have the
Yeah.
schema.
It was 1,000 before. They doubled
Ooh,
it.
they doubled it. Literally doubled it. Okay.
So, I mean, it's not horrible. I still feel terrible about buying a $3,000 med drone overcharge for triage, but that's because I'm broke. Um, so when I saw that it was 2,000 for a bubble shield, that's a piece of equipment.
True.
I'm gonna use it once.
You're gonna use it once,
At
and
least
it
with
goes down
the
easier now. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
with
that
the 3,000, triage core, I'm gonna use that the whole game until I either exfil or I die.
Bungie
I'm gonna get my
essentially
$3,000 worth out of it.
it's got to count more now. It's just you can't throw them as casually now. It's double the price. It's less health. It's got to be more with purpose now when you throw it.
So I think it's gonna be an even more strategic placement, timing in a fight. They're not just gonna be thrown willy nilly. So I think it is a really good change. I just wish they didn't double it on my schema because that is nuts.
For real, for real.
Like at least make it only 1,200 what it costs for me to sell it out of my vault. That way, I'm not really out anything.
But overall,
Because I can
are you overall happy with the changes? I am.
Yeah. Even kind of on that same note of the patch notes, I am a huge endorser of knife fights. Huge. I love the power that the knife has. However, I am happy to see what they did with it. Those
All right.
2 little tweaks are going to change the gameplay. Because now it's not just a given that, you're going to have that extra power.
Mm-hmm.
We really have to build into it. to get where we want it.
Yes, good change, Bungie. Like it. Like it. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I was curious what your thing is. I knew the listeners don't know, but I knew you were a knife dude. So I was really curious what your thoughts on those changes were. I also feel like they've done a good job. I have nothing else to say. You hit the nail on the head. You got to build into it now. You got to use cores. You got to use implants with purpose. You got to read into it. So, Bat, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to segue into our next topic. Let's see here. Get my notes pulled. Here we go. I'm going to take a drink with this one. Bat, do you take any stock in player base numbers? Do you, when you're looking at a game, and you're like, man, I'm interested in getting that game, and it's been out for a little while, or a game that's, like I said, pre-existing, or it's about to come out. I mean, I'm not going to give you my answer. Does player base, does Steam numbers, does PlayStation player count numbers, does that matter to you? And does that influence you if you, A, choose to continue to play the game, or B, even buy the game in the first place?
So I'm going to be a little more bold, say that in all honesty, player numbers on a game do not impact me in the slightest. I honestly don't care how many people are playing the game. If it's a game that I've picked up and I really like it, I'm gonna play it regardless. I have seen so many games that I've played in the past that unfortunately have gotten shut down because they couldn't get the funding or their player base dropped off too far. And those few games were so good that I wish they would have stayed. But other people didn't feel that way. And I understand it.
Yeah, here's spitting facts, man. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off what you said. I share the same opinion. I didn't want to say anything. I wanted your honest opinion first. I don't care, Bat. I don't care if a game has 30,000 concurrent players on Steam. I don't care if a game has 80,000 concurrent players on Steam. If I enjoy a video game, if I have interest in a video game, others are not gonna. Maybe you guys really have the only pull with me. If it, because I enjoy playing with y'all. But if a game, I can't say it any better. If a game isn't doing good player wise, that don't impact me. If we and you want to queue up on Deep Rock Galactic right now, by God, we're going to go queue up on Deep Rock Galactic. I'm sure that's not a big, I don't know. I don't have that Steam player base number pulled up right now on Deep Rock Galactic, but that's an amazing, fun game. And it's one of the most underrated games out there, in my opinion. That, apparently the idea that Marathon right now is only, that's kind of hanging and dipping around 30,000 player base, people feel a certain feel a type of way about that. Feel that the game may be doom and gloom and it's done for. I don't think any of us really know the answer to that, man. But I feel like enjoy the journey, man. I hope we are still talking about Marathon 5 years from now, man. Maybe we're talking about Marathon 10 years from now. Yeah, but numbers are never going to influence me. Destiny right now, Destiny's player base, not doing good. Not doing good. But that would not stop me just because vibes aren't high on Destiny. If we want to go play Destiny, let's go play Destiny too, man.
Mhm.
It's interesting. Maybe we'll get some feedback on this. Maybe somebody that listens to this will get, I'd be sort of interested to hear the other side of that coin, and I would be totally open to the other side of the coin for that. Me at 32 years old, been gaming since I was 6 years old. I am not worried about player base. Where I think the other side of the coin could have some validity to that does matter to them is if they plan to invest financially in the game. If they don't feel like the game, we're in a totally different era now back when me and your heyday with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 days. Once you bought that hard disk copy, buddy, that's yours forever. You got that. Ain't nobody taking that. Ain't nobody taking Crash Bandicoot away from you. Ain't nobody taking Spyro away from you, baby. But, you hear about it. Game servers, they shut down and you paid for it and you don't have access to it anymore. We're kind of in an interesting time right now. We could probably talk for an hour on that topic alone. But interesting to hear. I hope we're still talking about Marathon 5 to 10 years from now, man. I hope this game flourishes. So, we're going to segue into this a little bit. The community. And we'll take another drink here.
Actually, before we go on to that, I wanted to ask you a question.
Please.
How do you feel about the rumors that I know for a fact some companies they're known for a good game, but they have something coming out in the future, so they intentionally start dropping things on the old game so that the new game is hyped up more. That's been a big theory circling Marathon. What is your take?
That kind of segues into what one of the things I was going to talk about. So, for everybody that's still hanging out with us right now, get ready, buckle up. We're gonna dive into the. We're about to. We're gonna kick things off at the whatever minute mark it is. We're gonna get a little spicy now with this podcast. So, this game. Don't forget that question. Help me to not forget that question.
Oh, I got you.
This game has had a very interesting journey. So I'm going to give you a little context here. Around close to this time last year, my son was born in May, and he came early. And so, me and my wife, we spent some time in the neonatal intensive care unit, and just being there with him and being present. So, context, everybody, he's doing great now. He's doing good. He's a little goober, just like his daddy is.
That's the important part.
That's the important part. Good. So during our time in the NICU, there would be moments where he would be resting, and he'd be resting in his little incubator, and I, would just kind of to get my mind off things and to kind of ease my mind a little bit from all the stress that was going on in my life at that time. I would watch videos about Marathon. I would watch pump up videos. What are people saying about Marathon? Let me tell you something that the vibes May and June of 2025 were bad. Were not high. That's around the time when the alpha came out and people tried out the alpha. Dude, I will stand on this, Bat. When the world was saying, when everybody was down on this game, when everybody was mad at the art scandal, that's a whole nother can of worms. They were mad at that. That was actually going to be. I just spoiled one of my questions I was going to ask you. They were mad about that. They thought the graphics were bad. They thought I still hear complaints about the UI, which stands for user interface. I think that's what that stands for. At least in my mind, that's what that stands for. They were mad about this. They were mad. It just really felt like it was poppy, keyword. it felt like it was popular to be mad at Marathon. It felt like it was popular to just not like this game. And I almost could not find any positive content on Marathon nowhere. I'm going to give a YouTuber a shout out. I found one dude, baby, in the thick of it when nobody was excited about this game. When everybody was hating on this game, there was one YouTuber that goes by the name of Cruiser. Cruiser, if you're out there and this ever reaches your ears, shout out to you for sticking through it, buddy, and being positive when most people were being negative about this game. Man, it was so refreshing to find his channel because that's how I felt. I'm over here watching the alpha footage. I'm like, yo, this game looks good. Sure, it could use some improvements, but it's an alpha. It's not even a beta. Like, I'm over here like, guys, they're gonna make it better. It's the game. They're gonna make improvements to it. The art scandal. I'm just gonna shoot it straight to you. What do you know about that? Did you ever hear anything about the art scandal thing?
No. This is brand new information to me.
Brand new information. I've followed it a little bit. The TLDR. Apparently, somebody, and don't quote me on this, guys, because I'm just kind of, this is, I heard through a guy, through another guy, just sort of what I saw on the internet. But basically, someone from Bungie's team stole art concepts from this, like, independent artist. And they, used it. Not the majority of the game, but there were, like, details and certain styles, like buildings in the game, that came from this independent artist. My little sister is an artist, and I will start this by saying, like, if I knew some multi-million, billion-dollar company stole something that was originally hers, yeah, I'm going to be pissed about that. I'm going to be mad for her. That was not a good thing. Whoever did that, whoever did that at Bungie, however that went down, not cool. I think it got resolved. I think this artist was financially compensated. They worked a deal out. Because I never really heard anything about it again. But people that really got hung up on that. And again, it wasn't like the whole, it was like just certain little details to my knowledge. But a lot of people still hold that against this game. And I mean, people that were saying this game's gonna burn, it's not even gonna release. Like, I mean, there were seriously people like advocating and believing that this game wasn't even gonna come out because they thought the vibes were that low. I will sit here and say I kept the faith through all that time, man. I thought the game looked good. I'm glad Bungie owned up to that mistake. And I really hope that artist, I hope that a deal got worked out. They were compensated, because I would want that for my sister who's an artist. I would want that for her. With that being said, though, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Everything else was like Bungie, man. Like, Bungie's artist is absolutely amazing, dude. Like, the visuals, the AAA studio, all the things they're able to do is just, it's awesome. And that just, that wasn't keeping me from, that didn't keep me from wanting to pursue a game. I mean, other big AAA games, low key, but the difference is Bungie got caught. Caught. But can you imagine how many other gaming studios that we love probably steal something, probably get ideas from other artists and other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if nothing else, like, I think it would have been nice, like, if the person, like, wasn't compensated or anything, bring them in on the project.
Oh, yeah.
Put their name on it.
Yeah.
Give them the recognition they deserve.
And I'm curious if
that's
if
something
that
those big companies have power to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was something that happened, but if it was, whoever that person is, thumbs up. Because the
Absolutely.
art style in this game is fantastic.
Boy, it's so cool, man. I love the art. People, they had a live stream. I remember this like it was yesterday, and it was like the game director, and then it was like the art director, and everybody was spamming in chat. Plagiarism will make me God. I find it a little interesting now that they now have this catchphrase: "Escape will make me God." I wonder where that probably came from. I think that's Bungie's little punch back to all the haters that were present during that time.
Yeah.
But with all this being said, to put a little bit of a bow tie on all of that, that's a very spicy topic, and quite frankly, man, this might reach some ears where people are really on the other side of that coin, and this is burning their ears right now. That me and you like this game, because this game's got some weird hate, bruh. Like, it's strange. Like, there's people that really just want to see this game fail. I don't really know why. You don't have to play. If you don't like this game, don't play this game. If you like Arc Raiders, man, play Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is an amazing game. I do not like Fortnite. Fortnite's not for me. But Fortnite's an amazing game. It's a cool game. And it's undeniably doing well, but I can recognize it's a good game. It's a cool game. It just ain't for me, It's weird. It's weird. But that's actually another reason why I wanted to do this podcast. Me and you, we're vibing with this game. We're making memories. We're having a good time. And this can be a cool space for when people's driving and everything, and if there's to have a marathon podcast out there, and people that those that are willing to speak out that actually enjoy the game. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I want to get your feedback on everything that we've said. I also think that another reason why, and this goes back to your question that you originally asked me, I think another reason why this game kind of gets some of the hate that it does, I think it's a lot of salty Destiny players. I can't put my name on that, and I can't put that on something. But like I got this feeling in the pit of my stomach. There's a lot of, and I'm not calling them bad, by the way. I'm just in general saying I think there's a lot of Destiny fans that are really upset and disappointed that Marathon is not Destiny 3. What's your thoughts on that?
That I could definitely see. So I left Destiny personally 2.5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Personally, best decision I ever made, because that game sucked the life out of me. I was so invested into it. It was a horrible toxic relationship. But if I were still in Destiny 2, I would have been praying that Marathon would have been Destiny 3. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
However, I think that I want to go on record real quick, because I forgot to mention this earlier. I don't play extraction shooters. I quit playing Division 2 because my other buddy took me in to the Dark Zone. I immediately quit the game. So, the fact that I'm still here playing it should tell you something. It's a game that you will feel so good when you make it out with something that makes you feel like it was worthwhile.
Yo, it does.
You're gonna feel
don't it, man? It's
when
a
you win a
dopamine hit.
gunfight. You are gonna feel amazing, like Cloud9, if you get that clutch on that team that killed your buddies.
Yo, you get that? You clap those cheeks. You get that purple shield from them, their gun, whatever that their rare materials. You
Hmm.
extract with that. There's something to be said about that.
But also, prepare yourself because you are gonna have. Oh, you are gonna lose some stuff that you did not want to lose,
You gonna be
and
on
it's
the
gonna
receiving end
hurt.
of that sometimes.
But God, when you get out with something good, there's nothing like it. You're
I
gonna
know.
sit in your chair right there, right after you exfil, and you're gonna sit there and shake for a minute. You're gonna see that loot number pop up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I did so good." It is a dopamine hit. It truly, that is the nail on the hammer on the nail right there.
Yeah, it is a dopamine hit, man.
It's so good.
When you get out with good loot, man, it just you feel so accomplished. It feels so good, and it's even better when you experience that with your buddies. It's memories. Me and you, we've already made some funny and
Oh
good and
my god.
disappointed. Like we've got all the emotions in this game,
All of
man, that
them.
we've
It's a
created.
full range. Um,
Um,
Also, real quick, the very first question that you asked me in this podcast, I never answered.
what did you do?
I
What?
just, I just realized the radar that put me onto this game. This is probably important information. His name is Old Town South, and he's been talking about it for a year. I kept telling him that I don't play extraction shooter games.
And here
But
you are,
we
though.
played the beta. I
Mmm.
actually enjoyed it. The second day it was released, I bought the game because I said, I gotta go play with my buddy. I can't leave him hanging. I gotta do it.
And you're still here with me.
I'm still here.
Man, I would
Through all of it.
encourage anybody, if you're a little hesitant about it, and I'm going to say this disclaimer: no, this game is not for everybody. If you are if you're a player, and there's no shame, what I'm about to say, there is absolutely 1,100% no shame in this. If you don't get down with PvP, this game's probably not for you. I wish there was a way where I could sell you on, hey, there is a path to avoid the PvP. There is a way to just kind of focus on the UESC. It's hard to. And
Yeah.
me and Bat has had matches where we've kind of tried to go that route, where we've kind of just tried to farm resources and we've tried to just beat up on the USC. The noise, we was talking about this earlier in this episode, like the noise we make, the game is more tactical than we realized it was, and it alerts players and they push you when they hear the gunfire. There's honestly not a lot of room for audio error. There's like not a lot of wiggle room. The game actually kind of can get pretty sweaty sometimes. So that is the downside to this game. But if you're on the fence with this game, you're a fan of Bungie games, if you're a fan of Halo, you played any of the Destinies, you're just a first person shooter connoisseur, give it a try, man. It's like $39.99 currently on PlayStation Store. I'm telling you, it's gonna go on sale. It will at some point. It will go down even more in price. Check it out. The Battle Pass. It's probably it's a kind of like a traditional something in the range of $9.99 Battle Pass, but you're not missing out if you don't get that Battle Pass. You're not missing out. You got some gun cosmetics, you got some character cosmetics, some emblems.
There's a
Nothing
couple
too. Honestly,
skins.
it's actually a little underwhelming. It's cool. It's okay. There's a lot of other games with a lot better battle passes, but here's the good news. You're not missing out. There's not materials in the battle pass. There's not something that's going to progress you. Maybe outside of some gun schematics, but it's not make or break. It's not make or break. And it's things you could probably also find in the game itself. Bat, any thoughts on the battle pass? Any thoughts on game price? Anything I said there?
Yeah, a couple points. The game price. I am so used to paying 60, 70, 80 $40 for a brand new game. I was so happy to pay $40.
Mm.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yes.
For a $40 game, this game slaps.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree wholeheartedly. It slaps for $40.
yeah. Some games you're paying $20 for a battle pass. I'll gladly throw $10 on it. Now that's me because I am a cosmetic lover. I love having different cosmetics that express my characters. Not everybody likes that. However, I did just think of something that I think Bungie should implement. You know how in this battle pass they have it so that you have to unlock a certain amount of slots before you can access the final page?
Yes.
I think that they should make that multiple um, multiple salvages, and you have to unlock the rest of the battle pass. It can be in any order, but the rest of the battle pass before the final page. That way you get a reward. Because those salvages and stuff, they're going to go towards your upgrades. Or if you're already past that point, you can go in for barters. You can get better weapons, better loot.
Do you feel like it would open the floodgates if Bungie put? I'm in the middle with that. One side of me is like, man, that sounds great. Salvage is hard. Some of the salvage is hard to come by. It's hard to find. You got to get through the PvP. You know, if you're trying to, here we go again, Dire Marsh. I spawned at Biohut. My southern accent just
Bio
really
research.
came out. I spawned at Bio Research. I got to get over to quarantine because there's something over there that I need, or there's a contract I got to do. And that's all, that's a lot of PvP you got to watch out for. And you said earlier, the UESC threat. They are a threat.
Yeah.
But Bat, do you feel like it would open the gate to Hades if we added materials for essentially microtransactions in the battle pass? Or do you think they should stay away? Or do you think they should be cautious of that?
I think that if they're going to add any salvages to the battle pass, I think it has to be a final stage. It is a set amount, and you will not be able to purchase anything else. That way, when you do get that set salvages, that is something that you yourself have to make a conscious decision. Am I going to use that toward upgrades, or am I going to use it for something that I want to use out in the game? If it's on multiple stages, the final page has to be the best one.
Yeah. Facts.
I
yeah.
would definitely not put like 2 and 4 page with like blue or purple.
For facts,
I would not do that. It would have to be a final stage. Period.
I want to do some more thinking on that. That's interesting, and that I would be curious if we ever. By the way, I'm totally open to having guests on the show going forward. So if you, for all the ears that this reaches, if you are interested in ever joining the show with myself, and if Bat's with me, if you're ever interested in joining the show, let us know. Reach out to us, and we'll provide that at the very end of the episode. Ways that you can reach out to us. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more thinking on that. That is interesting, and definitely, ideas are great. Ideas.
And I know that
ideas are always good.
One thing I want to throw out is that I know it sounds like we're probably just agreeing on a lot of things. So it might be nice to have somebody that has a different point of view, so that we could talk about it.
Yeah,
so that would be nice.
Yeah, for sure. And I was kind of talking about that earlier. Like somebody like on the other side of the coin where numbers matters to them. Like that influences if they buy a game. That influences what they post on Twitter. Like if they keep playing a game, that.
Or if they desperately want that play to win, which I hope personally does not come to the game.
I just don't.
I don't want people buying guns that are better than everything else.
Yes. Well, Bat, I
Like,
want to leave. We got a lot more episodes to go, my friend, and we have been at it for an hour and 14 minutes. I was just hoping we'd be lucky to make it to 45 minutes. Look at us overachieving. So, Bat, I've got one more topic. Community. The marathon community. For those that's here. If the player base only is around a third. Which you gotta remember, Bat, that's Steam. Those are Steam numbers. That's not PlayStation numbers. That's not Xbox. That's not Xbox numbers. There's more. There's probably more players than what maybe that's actively playing this game that people are taking. It's cross-platform too. Like, you know, if you enable cross-platform, a PlayStation player's playing with a PC. I don't like to play that way unless I'm playing with somebody on PC. But if I have it my way, I just want console lobbies. That's a personal preference for me. Bat, me and you have, again, it's a testament to how long we've been friends and how many adventures we've been on together and how many different games we've played. But Bat, me and you, we come from some games that don't have the nicest of the player base.
I was wondering if you were gonna come around full circle with that one.
Overwatch. Tank diff.
Your Bastion sucks.
This Bastion sucks.
Why'd you say that? I'm gonna cry.
Bat's throwing. He's throwing.
I can't.
He's feeding.
We have a man on our team. I'm not. Can't do it.
Buddy, if you don't get the classic tank diff in Overwatch, buddy, you haven't played enough Overwatch. Yeah. You haven't got a lot of hours on the game.
Exactly.
We come from we especially me, but I know you've got some time on this other game I'm about to mention. We come from Dead by Daylight. I could have a whole episode on that video game, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, let's not open that can.
Well, we ain't gonna open that can. All I'll say about that is, I have met some amazing people on Dead by Daylight. The Home, which I am still friends with. I am still following on Twitch. They are still following me. We actually kind of keep up with each other to a degree. Like, there are some amazing people on Dead by Daylight. But boy, do I want to be PG, PG-13, or rated R. I'm going to go PG. There are some poopers type of people that play that game. Which, that's any game, you know. But I say all this to say, myself and Bat have come from games that don't always have the best community. Kind of feels like you find more rough than you do good. More bad than good. Just depends on the day. But, Bat, I'm going to tell you something. Almost every time I queue up in a trios and somebody's on the mic, they're cool.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're nice.
It's honestly unreal how often you get a nice player.
It's an anomaly.
It's really weird.
It's weird. Like, I queued up today in my Destroyer match where we did good. I queued up with a trio, and I haven't queued trios in a few days. I've either been like, when I get to play, I've either been like appearing offline and I've been playing Rook, or I've been doing like solos to try to do some contracts. Well, I decided to run one game of trios, and that's where I queued up as Destroyer. And like the first thing that somebody said when that lobby, when we entered that lobby, was like, hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? I'm like, what planet am I living on right now? Like, the guy, he was so cool. Like, I mean, we talked, of course, I got on the bike. I'm like, yo, what's good, man? And like, he said, what's good, Old Town South? And like, it was a vibe, and we killed it, dude. Like, we wiped 2 teams. We killed the Ghost Warden over. It's either Holler. Is the Ghost Warden in Holler or Overflow? I think it's Overflow.
It's Overflow.
Overflow.
Holler is the thing that looks like a.
Right. Yes. Holler's the yes. And dude, it was just a vibe, man. And like, we friended each other, and we got he invited me to a party, and I got in the party, and I'm like, yo, hey, man, I'm about to log off, but I appreciate you. This has been good. I got you on my friend list. I'll hit you up sometime. He's like, please do, man. He was like, that was such a good game. This is one of many. Like, dude, I met somebody like on the first day of playing this game that he still follows me on Twitch. I follow him. He occasionally appears in chat, and he even sent me a message like on Easter. Was like, hey man, hope you have a great Easter. I hope your family's doing good. I hope your ear gets better. Like, prayers for you. I'm like, what? What? It's like there's hope for humanity. There's hope. People
weird.
are nice. It's weird, dude.
It's weird.
I don't know if we're in the I don't know if we're in the honeymoon phase and vibes are high, but like people, I've had only like 2 games, dude, where like
someone was salty,
kind of came into it hot, scorched earth. They were kind of hot. They were kind of, and in that that's the game I told you where them guys tried to no, actually that was another game. I had another game where they tried to knife me out of the extraction circle. That's a thing, by the way. Watch your back on that. I always try to hug the middle as close as I can. Like, I almost lean up. Like, when I'm extracting, I kind of lean up against that pylon or whatever, you call it. So, just because of them guys, because they tried to knife me out of it. They was both doing it, too. They both was doing it. But, we're due for it. There's going to be a time and a place. We're going to get another salty person. We're going to get a pooper. It's going to happen. That's just how it goes. But, dude, I am happy to sit here and say I stand on business. On April the 9th, 2026, episode 1 of Running Out of Breath, the one and only, baby, marathon podcast out there. I am digging the marathon community, man. I'm not a big social media guy. I don't follow real closely what people are saying on Facebook, what people are saying on Twitter, this or that. They're really the biggest thing that I get down with is YouTube. What are YouTubers and streamers saying? But like my experiences with people has been so pleasantly just so pleasant, man. What's your thoughts on the community?
Couple points. I have had games where I've gone in. I'm actually a pretty shy guy. I don't like to talk to random people very often. I always feel like I'm never gonna live up to their expectations. So when I fail, I just feel like I'm gonna get hit really hard by some of the words that they're gonna throw at me. So I don't like to talk very often.
Unfortunately, I'm going to pause you real quick. Unfortunately, I hate you feel that way because that's how people are in some Overwatch. That's how some people are in other games we play. Like if you God forbid you have a bad game. God forbid you have a bad game. But please go ahead. Continue.
But there's been a couple of those where like even I was like muted and the other 2 people were talking. They're super friendly. And looking back, I don't know why I didn't talk to these people. But at the end, I would jump in and I'd say, hey, that was a good run. Appreciate you guys. And they would just, you could hear it. They would light up. They're like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I've also had games where get melted. All of a sudden we're down. Every once in a while, you're still going to have those people that are like, good try, nothing we can do. Good luck on the rest of your runs.
Mm-hmm. As it should
That is so, like, it's almost euphoric.
Why is that so complicated?
In a sense. Yeah. Like, yeah.
We're getting into philosophy here, but like, why is that so hard to do? Apparently it is, Bat.
Like, we lost, but, especially, like, if you're fighting as a team, communicating, you're doing everything that you possibly can, it does feel good sometimes to actually go down as a team and still be able to leave on good terms.
Heck
So
yeah, it is.
the one thing I wanted to say was if you are somebody that's coming into this game, haven't played it before, wanting to give it a try, if you're loading into trios or duos if it's available, which actually I think you actually have to have a duo before you can launch. I don't think you can just go into it. So if you're loading into trios, please try to have a mic and just try to talk to the people, because you are going to be so surprised by some of the people that are out there. I've met a couple of people myself, and I've added them. That's not something I do ever.
And a lot of times when you initiate the communication, not always, but sometimes you'll find that will encourage somebody else to get. I mean, just like the guy today. The first, I probably was not going to talk that match, but the first thing he said was, "Yo, what's good? What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?" I immediately flipped my mic down. "Yo, what's up, man?
Yep.
How's it going?" You know what I mean? Like, you never know
Yeah.
what it could spark. And you know what? If you got a pooper, if you got someone that's being disrespectful, mute them. Just mute them. Just mute them. And then, let them be mad. Let them self-destruct. And you go on about yourself, man. But yeah, you spoken well, Bat. Spoken well. That's why I brought you on.
One other thing I wanted to mention, since we didn't really talk about it earlier, was contracts.
Oh.
So one of the things that I've been noticing that actually helps out on runs when you're running trios, if you load in and none of you have the same contract, discuss it immediately. Like, okay, this is the closest one. I think we could get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for it. Or, I don't know how we're gonna get that one done this game. Let's pass on it for now. Hopefully you'll get a better spawn or something later on.
Yes.
Let's focus on looting, getting out.
I will piggyback off of that.
It doesn't always have to be your contract being worked on at that time.
Well said.
I feel like that's something that a lot of people haven't really grasped, and I think it helps the game a lot.
Way to spread the good message. Yeah, you're playing even with queuing with good teammates. You're going to be playing behind the 8 ball a little bit if you are trying, especially if you're trying to do a priority contract with somebody and you're queuing with randoms. You're really going to be behind the 8 ball if nobody's talking. So you gotta go into it with that mindset. Here's the good news. I have good news for all the ears out there. If you don't know this, if somebody completes a Traxxas or any faction, I'm just going to use Traxxas as an example. If you help somebody complete their Traxxas contract, guess what? They get their XP for it. You get shared XP from it. So you are literally benefiting your factions by helping your teammates complete their contracts. If you got a lobby of 3 people, somebody has a Mida, somebody has a Traxxas, and somebody has a SecGen one. If everybody completes their contracts, everybody just got, congratulations, everybody just got faction rep from all 3 of those. It's a really cool concept. I'm going to clap it up for Bungie on that one. That was a good... That mechanic feels, that feature, whatever you want to call it, that feels good.
And another cool thing, which took me forever to figure out, you can swap your different faction contracts, and if you've completed a small portion on one of them, it will not reset it. You can keep switching between them and keep your progress, which is the best thing I have ever seen in a game.
Amen. Amen to that. There are some, and read it closely, for all the ears out there. You got to definitely read your contract, and you will have some that will say in a single run. Those are going to be your harder ones. No doubt about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Those are going to be the more difficult ones, the ones you got to do in a single run. But they're not all like that, and it's really good. So,
but if you run into a game and you deliver 16 salvage to a decon, You can do 4 and 8 in this game, and 6 and 9 times out of 10, and it'll keep that progression.
Yes.
If you get 10 deposited and then you need to go to something else, you can switch it. You'll come back to that contract. You still have those 10 deposits. That is so beautiful.
Yes.
That is the cherry on it. I can't tell you how happy that.
What you said, brother. That we are a hour and 30 minutes on the spot right here, right now, with recording the very first episode of Running Out of Breath. Man, I appreciate you so much being a part of. Like I said, wouldn't have it any other way with anybody else, man. I appreciate you, just being my friend all these years, supporting me on Twitch. But you know that's not important. You being a friend. That's all I need. Wouldn't have it any other way. Appreciate you being with me on this very first podcast. Now, with that being said, Bat, please please flex your Twitch panel, your Twitch username. Where can
they find me? Chase? I think I lost him. I don't know if you can still hear me, so I'll go ahead and my handle on Twitch, which is really the only place you can find me, is Truebatman4444. And I don't stream on there a whole lot, but I typically try to have friends on, so it's just me, talking to space.
Hey,
I'm back. A little bit of engagement.
Can you hear me now?
Could you hear me?
Yeah.
What a crazy time. Hey, we're going to find out how good my editing skills is. Hopefully that didn't sound too awkward. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know what happened to my headset.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it real.
Did you hear me at all?
I did not, but did you tell everybody where they can find you?
Okay. I did, but I'll go ahead and repeat it. If you're editing, go here. Twitch is the only place that you can actually find me. It's handle, but I do try to stream on there every once in a while. I'm not super avid, but it is Truebatman4444, and I typically try to play with friends so that it's not just me talking and I have a little bit of engagement. So,
well, brother, hopefully
you want to see some stuff, come and join me.
Yes. Hopefully we get that change, man. And please, people, I think that's the main thing we ask, man, right now at this point. Like, come see us, man. Come to our streams. Come visit us. Speaking of come visiting us, you can find me, your host of Running Out of Breath, old_Town South on Twitch. And that is old_Town South. Please come give us a hi. Come give us a hi. come give us a shout out. Whatever. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. We're getting deep into this.
Come give us a bonjour.
Come give us a hola. Yeah, please let us know you're from the podcast. That would absolutely make our day, and that would be incredible to hear that. So, hope you all have enjoyed episode 1 of Running Out of Breath, a marathon podcast. Look forward. We will see you all again soon. There's plenty more where that came from. I'm Old Town South. I'm here with my buddy, Truebatman4444, Quad 4, True, the true one, the Bat, the Dark Knight. And we will
That's me, baby.
see you all next time. Stay classy.